Each and every Barcelona fan wanted him to go. You have to take risks if you want achievements.
But he's experimenting a lot.
Barcelona invested more than 300 million euros on these two players, but I don't think if they even paid back 100 million. Good evening, everyone. I'm your host Parshva, and welcome to the first episode of Podcasts with Parshva. Today, with me, I have two guests, Neil Gracious. Hello, Neil.
Hi,
and
Parshva.
Darya Shah.
Hello, people. Hello.
So, welcome, my guests, and everyone. They are Barcelona fans. So, today's discussion is going to be entirely based on Barcelona. So, my first question to you guys is, what do you think about Ernesto Valverde's sacking? And do you think he should have been given more chances to stay at the club? Neil, with you first.
According to me, sacking him in the mid-season was a very bad call. Uh, and signing a manager like Setien, who's really a good manager, but who's really experimenting a lot. So sacking him in the middle of the season, in the middle of the games, was a bad call. Maybe after the season, after the La Liga, or maybe after the Champions League or the Copa del Rey. Setien coming was also not that good, so I felt sacking him in the mid-season. Of course, he had to go someday, but sacking him in middle of the La Liga was a bad call. Maybe after the La Liga.
According to me, as Neil said, it had to happen someday, but it had to happen before. During the
Yeah,
humiliation at Anfield.
correct.
After that, each and every Barcelona fan wanted him to go, but the board trusted him, the players trusted him, and then we saw the when the season started, we were eighth in the table in the first 4 to 5 matches. Then we came back, we were first on the table. We lost the Super Copa in Saudi Arabia. We were thrashed out of the Copa del Rey in the round of 16. And at this point in La Liga, we are just 1 point clear of Real Madrid, who are performing very, very well. They have good set of players like Rodrigo, Vinicius Junior. Of course, Hazard is coming back from his injury. Talking about Champions League, we are in a one-all draw with Napoli, but we as now fans, we are a little bit tensed about a Champions League quarterfinals berth. Can we secure the berth or not? And appointing Kike Setien as a manager, I felt was really good because he has a style of Barcelona play in his nerves, and I think sacking mid-season was a bit risk. But see, you have to take risks if you want achievements.
So, Neil, what do you think of the appointment of Kike Setien? Do you think he's good enough to lead a big club like Barcelona, especially when they were in a crisis? They had to sack a manager like Valverde mid-season.
Yeah. No, Setien actually, to be honest, is a really good manager. When he was in Real Betis, he really gave Barcelona a tough time. The last time when he was for Real Betis, they defeated Barcelona for 4-3. That was a big thing, and Betis had very few good players. They only have like Fekir in the team and no one else. So he's got good.
Fekir arrived before Setien was sacked, actually, before Setien left Betis.
Yeah,
So they
but
had an even weaker team.
correct. But I feel Setien coming to Barcelona, he's got that. They say that he's got the Johan Cruyff tactics and all that gameplay. But one thing I don't like about Setien is he's experimenting the formations. Now, if you see when he started for Barcelona, the first 2-3 games, he had a completely different formation. He had 3-4-2-1, where Jordi Alba was playing as an attacking midfielder instead of being in the left back. And we all know playing with just three defenders is a gamble, especially Barcelona having like PK, who's almost little bit on the weaker side now, Longley, who's new, and Umtiti is facing injury. So keeping only three defenders was a problem. He's really good, but he's experimenting a lot, and he's changing a lot of position. De Jong, who's a center midfielder, is playing on the right, left as a left midfielder. A lot of change in experimenting. So that is one thing I don't like about Setien. But otherwise, I feel he's good. He wants Coutinho back. He wants the old players coming back. So I feel he's good.
Coming to Ousmane Dembele, of course, along with him comes the failed transfer of Felipe Coutinho from Liverpool. Barcelona invested more than 300 million euros on these two players, but I don't think if they even paid back 100 millions. So, what do you think about those two transfers? Do you think Coutinho's return would be good for Barcelona? Neil, with you first.
See, it always takes some time for a player to adjust in a new club. And Barcelona has always expected results in the start. Now, if you see when Ronaldo went to Juventus, the first ten games he was terrible. He could not even take a shot on target. He actually looked very like desperate. He wanted to score a goal. It takes time for a player to set. And Valverde, to be honest, I feel did not give him enough play time. He was always substituted early or he was brought in late. He could not gel upon with the midfielder. That time it was Iniesta who was taking the charge of the whole left side. So I feel he was not given the enough opportunities. And plus, as soon as he came, he was injured. So it took time. He could not train with the players much. But Coutinho is a star player. If you see in the World Cup, he performed really well. He scored the vital goal against Switzerland 2 times. And playing him in the left wing is not, I feel, the best position. As an attacking midfielder in the left, that's best. He still can be a asset for Barcelona if they give him time, if they train him well.
Okay, what do you think, Deirdre, about this?
Speaking about Coutinho, he's a world-class player. First of all, you know, he's he's one of the top talents today in football. He was not able to perform well because of Valverde. To be very frank,
Correct.
Valverde, thought of him, he would play for him 50 minutes. If he doesn't make an impact, subbed him off. He would brought him in the last 10 to 15 minutes. And then, though a player like Coutinho, you can't give a player 10 minutes to perform. He at least needs 75 to 80 minutes to not to know the pitch, to get into positions, to pass the ball around. Coutinho is a player who is suited for the cam role
Yeah, correct.
behind the striker, to play the through balls, to play the vital passes, to sometimes go on the left flank, then have crosses in the box. Playing Coutinho at a left wing position, he's a secondary position. His primary position is the midfield. If you play him at the left wing, he will not perform very well, but he would perform, and that's what he did. He scored a hat trick for Barcelona in the 17-18 season. He scored a banger against United in the quarterfinals. So when Coutinho comes back, and Setien has told that he has plans for Coutinho. So he will keep Coutinho for at least till January. He'll experiment what's going on, and then if he doesn't perform, then we should just sell him. We do not pressurize him keeping at one club where he can't sustain the pressure.
Okay. So what do you think about someone like Ansu Fati, who is a real gem, and how does it feel to have a 17-year-old player who is a precious commodity to Barca fans? There, with you first.
Okay, Ansu Fati, he's the greatest talent the world has ever seen, and the world will see.
Okay.
So basically, right now, Ansu Fati, has to only grow and perform. But that depends upon how Setien treats him in the club.
Okay.
If he gets chances, he will perform. And if he does, and sometimes what happens when a player is say 16, 17, 18 years old, he's performing very, very well. But he can't find his team. He can't find his space in the first team. They just loan him out to a smaller club. Barcelona shouldn't do that. They should keep him. They should play him more often, like Valverde did. That's the only good thing Valverde did, I feel, playing Ansu Fati.
Yeah.
He scored goals. He provided assists.
Yes.
He's a great player. So according to us, according to Barcelona fans, we should keep him. We should not let him go anytime soon.
Okay. What is your take on this, Neil? What do you think about Ansu Fati?
Ansu Fati is like hoped to be like the next savior after Messi retires. He's supposed to be the next legend or something kind of. And of course, he's proved himself to do that. But talking about, I don't think so. Barcelona will let him go. They will keep him because recently Bartomeu said that Messi, Fati, and Ter Stegen and De Jong, they won't go anywhere. These guys are going to still stay there. So Fati won't go. But to be honest, we have always seen, the history has always said, the young players who perform in the start, it depends on the manager. Everything depends on the manager. If they fail, they turn out to be miserable when they're in the 28th, 29. So everything depends on the manager. Everything. So Fati is an incredible player. He's already proved himself. Messi also like admires him. Still, he on the field he needs experience. He needs to be trained. He needs experience. He needs more play time with the big guys. So I feel Ansu Fati is really good.
Okay, that's amazing to know. So you spoke about Jose Maria Bartomeu. So should he stay at the club? I mean, John Laporta, ex-Barcelona president, he has said that he'll be standing for the presidential elections for Barcelona. So what do you guys think? Who should stay? Should it be Bartomeu who should retain his position, or should someone like Laporta come back? Neil, with you first.
Laporta, if you see, he was during Pep, I guess Pep Guardiola's time. I guess he was during that time when Pep was in charge. But as soon as his last year, I read an article about him saying that he caused a lot of money problems, the financial problems for Barcelona. After he left, when someone else took over, they realized he gave a lot of money. There was a huge scandal. Barcelona also was facing transfer problem because of that. Didn't have enough money. So Laporta has good intention. He said he'll get Martinez also. He wants Pep also back in the team. But I don't know. That guy is a gambler. He's little bit shaky at times. I feel he's good. He's got good intention. He said he'll get Martinez, he'll get Pep. He wants to bring the team.
Yes.
But still, the way I read about him during the money scandal thing he did, I feel that's a little bit scary.
What do you think about this, Daria? Should Bartomeu be retained or should it be Laporta?
If not Laporta, there should be a new president. Definitely not Bartomeu. Definitely not Bartomeu.
Okay.
He has made very, very strange and wrong decisions during his tenure. See, everyone makes mistakes, but these, silly and big mistakes are not acceptable to a club as big as Barcelona.
Yeah.
And during
Yeah, that's
Laporta's tenure, he brought Ronaldinho from PSG to Barca. That was the best move that Barcelona could ever expect. He won the 2005 Champions League under him. He played his master stroke by promoting Guardiola from the B team to the main team.
Yeah.
And those 4 to 5 years when Guardiola was the coach, Barcelona was the best team in the world within Champions League. Of course we know the season of 2009 and 10 when he won 6 trophies. We call it
Yeah.
sextuple.
Guardiola's team is considered by many to be the best Barcelona team ever. So I guess
We can say it can be considered as the best team ever to be built. So Laporta should come back according to me. Though there were some scandals in the past, but speaking of time, we are more secure now as a club.
Correct.
So if Laporta comes back, he's trying to get Martinez, he's trying to get Neymar, he's trying to get Guardiola back. And also there were talks that if Guardiola is not willing to come back, he'll try to bring a Luis Enrique, one of the greatest coach Barcelona has ever witnessed. So if not Laporta, definitely not Bartomeu. There should be a new president at the club.
okay, that's interesting to know. So recently there have been a lot of rumors about Xavi being appointed in the near future. So it has gained a lot of traction, and Xavi himself has stated that he would like to be a coach one day, but not right now. So do you think he'll be a good coach like Zinedine Zidane has been for Real Madrid? And what do you think? When will he arrive for Barcelona? Daria.
Okay, first of all, speaking about Zidane, he was the assistant coach
Under
when Barca,
Carlo Ancelotti.
when Real Madrid won the UCL in 2014. So he had the experience. But Xavi, he still has a Turkish club at Al Sadd. He needs a bit of more experience at a bigger club. Then to come back at Barcelona manager team, the star-studded team.
Yeah.
But if Xavi comes in the near future, like in 2 to 3 years, I don't think he would make such an impact if he comes after 4 or 5 years, after a bit of experience. See, there's a
Correct.
lot of pressure when you coach Barcelona, and then when you don't get results, you feel bad for yourself. Being a Barcelona legend himself, for the time he served the club, I think he should get a bit more experience at some other clubs, and then come back to Barcelona.
That's right. Neil, what do you think about this?
See, firstly, it's always seen like not every great player can be a great coach, but a normal player also can be a great coach. Now, if you see, Maradona failed in the World Cup. Many managers, great players. Thierry Henry, he assisted Robert Martinez in for
Belgium.
but he's failing in Monaco. He failed twice. He's still failing. Zinedine Zidane, of course, he's smart. He's doing good. Gattuso is also okay. But not every great player can be. I'm not saying Xavi will be bad or something, but if he needs to be a Barcelona guy and wants to get Barcelona at one level, he has to follow. I feel the best way to follow is Pep's footsteps. Like get to in Team B, manage the Team B, see how is he, and again then get come to the mainstream rather than just getting him immediately from Al Sadd and then coming to Barcelona main team. That is bit risk because if he doesn't perform, people will be having a lot of high expectation. Like yeah, Xavi is here, he's the mastermind of the midfield. But afterwards, if he's failing, he's going to be sacked. And I don't think so. Any other club would take him as a manager, like a big club as a manager. So getting Xavi would be good, but he needs experience in Barcelona. I feel the team B would be best for him to start as.
Yeah, even Raul is
Raul.
doing the same for Real Madrid Castilla.
Yeah.
So yes,
Just
I
to add,
think
just
that
to add a point here, just at a small point
Sure.
here. If you look at Arsenal manager Arteta, he was the assistant. He was the assistant to Pep Guardiola at Man City. That's why he's able to perform
Correct.
pretty well at Arsenal. Just laying off the foundations for the better future of Arsenal.
it somewhat revived the ship, somewhat saved it from
somewhat revived the
sinking
ship.
entirely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it for today. It has been an amazing time discussing about Barcelona with you. I never thought, being a Real Madrid fan myself, that I will ever be speaking to anyone about Barcelona for almost 20 minutes. But it has been an amazing episode. So it's the first one of this series, podcast with Pasha. So thank you very much, Neil Gracious. Thank you very much, Dhairya Shah. I hope I can get back with you together someday in the future. Just
For
like
sure.
you hope Xavi gets at Barcelona someday. So that's it. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can drop your suggestions about the video in the comment section below. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and take care of yourself.